coming up with Sir Mix-a-Lot, we did a lot of shows with NWA. I remember it was NWA, MC Hammer, regular shows on the West Coast with them. And so I was there, man. It was kind of weird, just thinking back, hanging out with Ice Cube. And man, now he's so large now. It's like really weird to see.
Yeah, well, people have been very successful, thankfully. And
Yeah.
also around this time, you've been doing stuff on the radio. You're doing radio promotion, calling people for Nastymix releases. You're DJing for Sir Mix-a-Lot. How was it like for you balancing all of these different things?
How was it? It was fun. I loved it. It was, when they say it's not work if you really enjoy what you do. I never felt like I was working. It just, even to this day, it doesn't even feel like I'm working, but I still get a paycheck because you're doing something you love, and it's a passion. Like even being in a few movies that I was in, it's something that I always want to do, and I do it because I had a passion for it. Even if I did it for free, I did it because I have a passion for it. So it wasn't hard at all. I mean, I really, really treasure it. I just didn't think it would evolve this big, like 40 years later,
And you have a lot of evidence on your wall there with the plaques. But
oh, that's just some of them. I got like 8 more walls that look like that.
yes, I know the game is serious, but with Mix-a-Lot and his success, and he becomes obviously way more popular than he even was with Swass. What was going on with you at the time as Mix-a-Lot was going to Deaf American and doing all this different stuff?
Yeah, that was a really rough time in my life because it was either I stay at Nastymix, stay with Ed Locke, who really opened all these doors for me as a DJ and gave me a job, believed in me, or do I go with one of my best friends, Mix-a-Lot, and so I decided to stay with Ed Locke because I think, between our egos with Mix-a-Lot and I think we would clash a lot, and I don't know. I just felt it'd be better to keep a friendship alive if I went my own ways and he went his own way. But I do remember coming up before Deaf American, everyone in the group loved women with big butts, and they would call them backpacks. I was like the only guy in the group that loved girls that looked like Barbie dolls. I was the only one, and and he referred to them as toothpicks, but I was the only one that liked toothpicks. But they loved backpacks, and I remember when he let me hear "Baby Got Back" off a cassette tape, and I tested it on my show. I go, man, Mix, I'm going to tell you something. This is going to be your biggest song ever, and nothing will ever touch this song ever. It'll be your biggest record ever. I said the same thing to Hammer with "You Can't Touch This," but I really meant it with "Baby Got Back," because I just always remember him talking about backpacks, and boy, was I right. So I mean, we're cool now. I have nothing bad to say about him. He's been there for me when I needed help, and man, it's just yeah, "Baby Got Back" was the one that really made him. I mean, even your grandma knows about "Baby Got Back."
Yes. So then when and why did you move to California?
Oh, that was around 1998. And at that time, a guy by the name of the late Ricky Lee, he was in charge of the mix show department at Hits Magazine. And he knew I was the rap guy that could reach out to the younger DJs who weren't on commercial radio. And Hits Magazine needed a rap editor at that time. And Ricky Lee convinced the owners, we need to fly Ness out here and have him take over that department because he could bring in a lot of revenue to Hits Magazine. Back then, Hits Magazine was like the billboard for independent signed artists. It was like the magazine. So, it kind of happened at the right time because my marriage was going sour. And there's a lot of hating going on in Seattle. And I just felt I did all I could in that market, and it's time for me to grow. And I always wanted to at least try to be in one movie in Hollywood and give that a shot in acting. I said, well, you never know until you do it. And so I prayed on it, and I made that decision. It was one of the hardest decisions of my life, but I'll never regret ever moving to LA, because it was one of the best decisions I've ever made. Unfortunately, the marriage didn't work out, because I tried to patch that up, but it didn't work out. Actually, it got worse. But see, I'm laughing now, so I'm okay. And but my career, it just opened so many doors. I was able to be in, I think it was House Party 4. I was in ER. I was in Kung Pao Enter the Fist. I was in a few other TV shows and commercials. I was in a FedEx commercial with I can't remember the actor's name, but the actor who directed it was the guy who stars in Better Call Saul. That guy, he directed it, so I was able to work with him, and I was able to meet a lot of actors and actresses. And so I'm still auditioning off and on, trying to become a big movie star, TV star. But yeah, it happened in 1998, and it was one of the best decisions I ever made in my life. One of the hardest decisions, but the best decision I made was moving to California.
And what made it hard? What made it the best?
What made it hard was because in Seattle, it was like, man, I felt like a movie star. I mean, if TMZ was in Seattle, I would have those paparazzi. I was taking pictures of me. I was like, felt like a king in Seattle everywhere I went. I had everything there. But I stopped growing. That's the thing. I stopped growing, and I knew I had bigger goals that I wanted to accomplish, and the only way I could accomplish that was to take that leap of faith and go to California. So that's the reason why. And my life got better, even though the marriage didn't work out and stuff. Man, my second marriage is the best ever, man. I've learned, I've humbled a lot from all my years. Man, if you only knew my health condition, I used to party so much. I was like, I could snort lines for days and not worry about my health. But all that toll took up on me, and now I have congestive heart failure. I'm diabetic too. I've got neuropathy in my legs. All these bad things you can think of, I have now. But I am a very happy man. I'm smiling, and I'm talking to you. So yeah, it all worked out, Soren.
Yeah, I mean, congratulations on that. And I know you still got radio stuff and other things that you're working on now. How should people get in touch with you? How do they find you? What are you working on so they can keep up?
Well, every Sunday night, I have a show. It's been on for 2 years now. It's on RainierAvenueRadio.world. It's called K-Fox Night Beat, which is based on my original show that I did on K-Fox when I first started out back in the days. And it's me, Grand Mixer GMS, DJ T, DJ Budget Money, Rex Santa Elena from Hot 97.7, DJ Third Degree. We're all on it. It's on Sunday nights at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So I've been doing that. I just love being on the radio. And you can hear it. You can hear all my shows archived, mixcloud.com/Nasty-Nes. But if you really want to reach me, and I don't want any stalkers, you can probably find me on Facebook at Nasty-Nes, Instagram at Nasty-Nes818. But I got to tell you, it's Nastynes. Everyone spells it with 2 S's, like on the Easy record, and they spelled it with 2 S's, but that's okay. It's really 1 S in Nasty-Nes. So don't you forget that.
Yes, absolutely. Well, there it is, man. Well, Nasty-Nes.
That's it.
It's been an
40
honor.
years. That's it.
Well, there's a lot more, but I want to have you come back because I got some other things I want to talk to you about for the next time. But yeah, man, it's been an honor and a privilege, man, and I really appreciate your time.
Man, Soren, you know what, man? Like I said, I've seen you come up from the bottom all the way to the top. I'm so proud of you. And when I say your name, it's like I tell people, I really know him. No, you don't. Yeah, I do. I know Soren Baker, for real. And yeah, keep doing what you're doing, man. And I really appreciate you remembering me to do this, because you didn't have to do this, but it feels really honored and a privilege at my age now to still be remembered, and for you taking time out of your day to do this. So, man, Soren, man, I love you, brother. Thank you so, so much. All right.
Yes. Likewise, Nasty-Nes. Appreciate it, man. And glad to see everything is moving.
All right. I got to take my heart pills now because you just got me so excited. All right, Soren.
And I want you to listen real close to me. I'm going to ask you some real simple questions, and I want some real simple answers. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
You said that you couldn't have possibly been at the crime scene at 11:15 because you were in the bookstore buying my audio book and my hardcover book at 11:15 when the crime scene occurred in Soren's book.
The history of gangster rap.
So you couldn't have been at the crime scene because you were buying the books.
Right. At 11:15, I was at the bookstore at 11:15, and when I bought the books and accidentally left them at the store.
So at 11:15, you couldn't have been at the crime scene because you were buying books, right?
At 11:15, when I was leaving, it was some people coming in, and I forgot to grab.
But you don't remember who
what they look
people,
like,
what they look like, or nothing, right?
No.
So. At 12:15, you in the bookstore buying my audio book and hardcover book and Soren's book at 12:15. So you couldn't have been at the scene because you were buying the books, right?
Yeah, at 12 exactly. At 12:15 exactly, I was at the bookstore.
Now you see. You know you done fucked up.
Which you mean?
First you said you were at the bookstore at 11:15, and then you said it was 12:15. You know you done fucked up, man.
He fucked up.
Yeah, he fucked up. He fucked up.
Man, you confusing me, man.
So, you get my book, my audio book, 40 years in Soren's book, History of Gangster Rap, and if you don't, you know you done fucked up, right?
Man, the more those cops ask me questions, the more I wish I bought them motherfucking books.